What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to NR Motorsports YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the Datsun again. I want to finish up getting better welds on this thing so we can get this thing upside down and actually see what the underneath is. And then we'll start doing some metal work, but we'll see where we get. I bought this welding cart so we can get the welder and the plasma cutter that I bought over there all set up so we can use it and use it on this project itself. So I'm not going to bore you with putting this together. It's pretty simple. It's from Harbor Freight. It was like 40 bucks. So I'm gonna put this together. Once that's together and we'll start working on things and actually cutting stuff up, then I'll check in with you guys. But let me get this done and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right guys, we have the welding cart and everything all set up right there. That's it, with the plasma cutter on the bottom. Everything fit in perfectly. Super happy with that. But I already started and came over here and started welding these up. So I put a better weld across here, and then I put a piece of sheet metal in here to fill in the gap so I can weld that in. And then on the bottom here on both sides I put a piece of angle iron, and I don't know why, I probably have to get in here and clean up the surface area a little bit better, but trying to weld upside down with that thing is just sucking ass. So I got a few good tack welds on here, and I got a good weld across the top up here because I was able to weld down on that. But once I get this up in the air, I'm gonna hit that with a full weld right there just so I can have this thing sturdy enough and know that everything's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get to the front. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm probably gonna go over this weld right here, just mound it up a little bit bigger so it's getting a better contact on both ends and on both sides. And then we're gonna jack this thing up right here just to get the center of balance a little bit higher, because with it being down on its final leg right here, it's gonna be heavier at the bottom, so it's gonna be harder to turn, put more weight off to the edge when you want it in the center. So we're gonna move this up probably 2 or 3, and then we'll get this ready to get turned. So I gotta clean up all on the inside, but first when we get these welds done, we'll clean that stuff up, and then we'll get this thing turned over inside so we can see what the underneath looks like. All right guys, after finishing up these welds, getting another L bracket in there to connect it a little bit better, this thing's officially off jack stands and free floating. So all I have to do right now is I have to jack up this. I gotta go get the bottle jack out of my truck, jack this up, get this more into the center. Probably gonna go to this second one right here, and then we will get this thing on its side and I'll show you guys the entire underneath. So in the next video we'll be cutting out the floors and starting that process. So let me get the bottle jack, let me get this thing jacked up, and we'll get this thing on its side. I also gotta clean all that shit out that I put in there, but we'll get to it. All right guys, so this thing is hard as hell to move on my own. I'm definitely gonna need a second person here to get this thing completely on its side, but this is about as far as I can get it with just by myself, because you have to tighten these on both sides. So by the time I tighten one and then come to the other, it's already starting to move a little bit. So hopefully I can get some help in the next couple of days, get this thing on its side so I can get underneath, but at least it's workable like this. I can at least get down, see the floors. See, the floor itself, like right in this area, is not that bad. It's just where they attached it. If you look, they used a lot of, I don't know, some weird like glue. That's all this is right here. Normally the floor you would replace all the way back to here, but they just cut it right here, left the seat brackets in, and then they did this like weird glue shit all over the place. So we're gonna remove all of this shit. I got a bunch of metal work that here needs to get replaced, and the biggest thing I wanted to do was get under this backside area. So there's some rust here. This area where the frame is right here, I'm gonna have to get some box tube, and we're just gonna put some box tube in to replace this stuff. But with it up in the air like this, I'll be able to cut this out. And as you guys seen, this is the current setup for that fuel cell, and that uses an outside pump. And I took some measurements and didn't realize that this back area is the same size fuel tank area for that a first early second gen Camaro. So it'll have the fuel fill right behind the license plate area. So I'll just make a tilt license plate, and then we'll make the hole go through there, because they sell a full tank with EFI set up on it. So I can get it with like a 400 LPH pump that's good for 500 to 1,000 horsepower, and bolt it right in, and it'll kind of look factory, and I think it'll look pretty cool having it with the at least keeping the gas fill outside of the car and keeping that separate from inside. So this way I'll be able to put a flat piece of metal right across this. I'll build some structure in between with the box tubing that I have here. I might actually just leave this here, just fill the metal in, but I'll get rid of this actual structure right here because I like that idea a lot better, and I think it'll look a lot cooler and more factory setup with a EFI tank like that. And then you can see the rot that's in that area too. For the metal, that's the piece that we got to replace there. And there's some in this corner, so I'm gonna see if I can create that right there, and if not, I'll order this one too. But I'm super happy with how far we got today, and at least during the week I can come here, poke around, and get some stuff done. And I have a few things that I want to put on the Corvette, and we're ordering a new fan setup for that as well, because it's the stock controller heats up on that thing and then it just shuts off randomly. So it's not that bad when it's cold out, but when you're on like a 90-degree day, that thing will get hot really quick. So I think I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update on this. I know it's slow moving, but it's freezing here and I'm coming out here when it's warm out. As you see, I'm in a t-shirt and the doors are open, so it was 50 degrees today. But all right guys, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop some comments below. Let me know if you guys want to see anything extra, if there's anything that interests you more that you want me to go in depth in on this project itself. I will, but for the most part, I'm hoping to have this thing painted in the next like month or two. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.